Okay, so what we gotta do now, we're gonna have to go ahead and get this carburetor reprimed. First thing I gotta do is get the petcock situated over here. Still on reserve this whole time. Hasn't leaked a drop, that's a good sign. That's a good carburetor. So like I said before, you have to hold up this plunger over here. And we got this plunger up under here. I gotta push this thing right under here. Like that, and that floods it. It basically lifts the floatable up a little bit, or it pumps fluid in, or some stupid thing. But either way, one way or the other, it puts raw fuel into the intake system is what it does. A couple squirts. Throw on the high speed idle cam, which is that. And this thing should crank. I'm going to switch over here. Idle speed set for hot, I see. Put it back on high speed. Tack's not working now. Great, we gotta go in the dash again. Find out why the tack don't work. tach don't work, so I could go back in that stupid dash again and figure out why that's not working. Alright, so we have to run it really, really fat idle to make the intermediate circuit rich enough to not go boom, boom, boom at the carburetor as you heard bang, 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 bang. So I had my knee on the brake over here while I was revving up. Seemed to work alright, but once I got a different spot of the carburetor, it started going bang, 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 bang real heavy without any load on it, just with the wheels spinning. Okay, I think I even had that now spinning when I did it. Yeah, I think that was off when I did it. So the carburetor's got a lean spot between 1/8 and 1/4 throttle up in that area. It wants to be really fat to make it run through there, but that makes the idle real fat, so that's not good. So I read the instruction on how the carburetor is supposed to be adjusted, and you only got one adjustment, so those were over here. So this is, I download this from the J&P website. I think that's where I got it from. I just, I googled SU Eliminator 2 tuning instructions. That's what I downloaded. So here's your float level, which is kind of important. Set it with a straight edge. And then the other thing that was important was right here. Turning the adjustment screw, that'd be the one in the front of the carburetor I was adjusting. Turn it clockwise, makes it richer, which is what I was doing. I had to fatten up one full turn. Turn it the other way, makes it lean. The other thing that's important is the neutral spot. You can lightly bottom the screw and come out 6 turns. I thought it was 4. And you go 2 turns either direction is your sweet spot. We were at 5 1/8 inch flats, and now we're looking at, oh, look at that oil leak right there. What's that? That's not good. I'll have to check that out tomorrow. So the best way to find a neutral spot is to have the float bowl off, and it's a 1/16 below the bottom edge of the main jet orifice that's in there. Is your neutral spot. And the last thing is your spring that's in it. The lighter the spring, makes it run richer, or stronger the spring makes it run richer. So if you put a stiffer spring in that thing, it's a fine-tuning thing, but that might be enough to fine-tune me past that lean spot. I don't know if I have any stiffer springs or whatever's in there. I don't know where you buy springs these days, but there's probably someplace online you get some springs. So that's the problem with all that. So we're going to have to figure that out. So this is the spring we're talking about, this big one beside the canister right here. So there you go. We already have the big fat main jet in it. I don't know what needle's in it, so maybe a needle change will help. I'll have to see, because I want more fuel sooner. So I need to have a more thinner taper, I guess. But see, the problem is the idle speed's too rich. See, that's our problem. Yeah, it's kind of it's hard to tune something right off of idle when you got only one adjustment screw. It's a trade-off. You're either too rich or too lean between 2 different spots. So, oh well. So anyway, we'll have to figure this out tomorrow. Alright, so I'm going to have to go screw around with this stupid ass cover. I ain't doing it today. I'm done playing with that thing for the night. Got to figure out what the tack is not working. That was the wire I connected over here, so maybe it's supposed to be loose, makes it not work. I don't know. And it looks like we got an oil leak down here. Where's that coming from? Right here. Right where you put the washer. It really leaks now. So since he fixed it, it leaks more. And the reason it's leaking more is see the O-ring hanging down there? See, he didn't pay attention when he put it in there, and he opened up a big leaking area. That's why it's leaking more than it did beforehand. Raise this thing up and we'll take a look at it and see what he did in there. Obviously, it was an inferior job. Screw I need. That. Oh. I needed that. So I don't know what he did with the baggie washers I gave him to use. Like most things, the last thing touched is the first thing to go to for a problem. Okay. Let's go see what he's got going on in here. Now the screw should not have any oil on it at all, but with this heavily chroming stuff we're dealing with, obviously there's issues. Okay, so what's going on here? Oh yeah, it's got an oval hole in it now, see? You're not supposed to have an oval hole in your nylon washer. See, that don't work very well. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. We obviously have a lot of chrome in here. Okay, so I'm going to do a different trick here. Let's see, I'm going to try something different here. Let's see, I could put a load of goop on right under the head of the bolt here is what I was going to do, and just stuff it in there. It'll probably seal it, assuming the washer's hitting all the way around the whole thing. See, that's the problem. You don't know if it is or isn't. It looks like it is. If you stick an O-ring right in here, just a rubber O-ring, that'd go in there and seal it. Assuming that actually contacts anything. The cover definitely has a low spot in the that area. It's not a very flat surface. See how it's, turn the light off. It's dark, but you might be able to see, I don't know. You can see how it's hitting heavily up here and it's not hitting on the bottom. If I get back further, we might be able to zoom in on it. I don't know. So it's, you're trying to seal against a surface that is, instead of being flat, it's like this. So that's the problem right there. This is all low through here, and obviously it's not sealed on the inside because of uneven surfaces in there too. This has been buffed away. So there we go. Get light again. Yeah, I can see where there's actually no mark at all right here where we're hitting. If I spot face that with a cutter to make it flat, the chrome will all flake off. So, all right. So, like I said, you can wad that thing all up full of goop and hope it seals. The problem is there's oil in there. It's just going to keep coming out, and it'll just run right past the goop, because the goop won't stick to that, and it'll run between the goop and the surface. An O-ring, probably not too good. Obviously this doesn't work because it just pushes it out to one side. Like I said, until that thing gets surface square and flat, it's going to keep doing this problem. So, okay, I'm not sure what we're going to do about this problem. First thing I do is find out how bad it is. Now we know what we're looking at. It's pretty bad. You can see it, but I can put my whole thumbnail under there with no problem. It's hitting on the top. Whatever you put in there is going to be the same problem. See, the screw tries to come down, but it doesn't quite get in there enough to seal. It's trying to. So I think a little magic goop might do the trick. Nothing else is going to do it because it's not going to push it. It's going to be like this O-ring. It's going to cut it in half. Whether it's rubber, plastic, steel, it makes no difference. It's going to cause that same problem. So we're going to get ourselves a little bit of goop over here. Some of this stuff. The old 3-bone. And I need a little bit of brake clean to clean the surface a little bit. So you can't stick anything to an oily surface. And we do have an oily surface. Alright, so I blew the threads out, make sure it's all clean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the washer away from the bolt head. Get my goop opened up here. Put a little bit of that right here into the head. Bring the washer down. Put a good layer of goop in there. Whoa, big bubble. This stuff's getting pretty thick, so it's already half set up out of the tube, which is, for this application, is actually pretty good. Okay, so we got a nice thick layer of goo. Wipe that off again. Said nothing sticks to oil, so screw this thing in there like this. Tighten it down pretty good, and that's it. Wipe off the excess. So what's nice about 3-bone, it wipes off fairly easily. Okay, hopefully that'll seal. Yeah, I can see where all the goop is on the bottom I didn't get yet. This will wipe up later too, which is good. Probably ain't gonna be happy with this job. Alright, so I'll wipe off too much where I want to stay, so I gotta be careful there. I think he's more concerned about the oil leak at this point, so a little excess goop on there is not going to kill him, I don't think. Yeah, nothing else is leaking. Alright, we're going to leave that on there like that. Gotta wipe up my table here. So if we see anything on the table tomorrow, we know this failed. So hopefully it'll work better. I lost his little seal that was on there. Yeah, he'll have to watch the video and see it, I guess. Alright, so hopefully that's fixed. We'll find out tomorrow on that. So just goes to show you, just sticking washers and everything, you gotta pay attention to where everything's at. Alright, so tomorrow I'm gonna have to go up there and see about fixing the tach. Keep the starter button working. Do some thinking about the carburetor, what I want to do. I'm not sure right now. See how many turns out we are right now. I was 5 before, 5 1/8. It's half. 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, 4 3/4 almost. Half, 1, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2. I think that's where we started. Alright, so that's slightly richer than I had it before. I was at 5 1/8. We went another 1/4 of a turn richer. It's definitely the spark plugs. I mean, the way the bike idles, it wants to be out there more like 6 turns out or a little better. So that's a problem. Pretty damn rich at idle. Burnt on thumb marks over here or something. So it's that's going to be a problem. So we'll see how it works out. So maybe when riding around, the valves will calm down and things will run better. Maybe it'll get better. It might not. You never know. That's the problem with SU carburetors. They either work or they don't. If they don't, there ain't much fixing them. So right now, I'm not too sure what to do about that, but thinking always helps usually on with how to fix these things. I'll have to go in there and look at the needle and some other stuff, see what's going on. Alright, well that's going to be it for tonight on this one. So we'll play with it again tomorrow.